The Bridge Buddy, Bridge Buddy. It's the best little gadget that you ever seen. The Bridge Buddy, Bridge Buddy. It'll make your hippies feel like there's no squeeze. The Bridge Buddy, Bridge Buddy. The Bridge Buddy, made by Bridge Buddy.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Michigan Great Outdoors. I'm your host, Jason Ostrowski, aka the Polack, and today I have for you the Bridge Buddy. Now, that song that I just sang, that was me. That's patent pending, trademark, Bridge Buddy. You cannot have my song. I made it. But I wanted to hop on here really quick to just talk about a gadget of the day. This is the Bridge Buddy, $64.99. I believe it's made in America. And this is just a simple little product that you're going to be able to put on the upper part of your bridge. So you're going to be able to hang your carabiner right through it. You think I'd have my carabiner ready, but it just hangs right through there. Very simple design. And then it just kind of floats on the carabiner. So one of the things that I noticed when I went to order it is highly recommended to use a pear-shaped or diamond-shaped style carabiner. You don't want to use those big oval carabiners. They say it right on the website. I have one here. You don't want to use these because they say it can cause excessive wear. Now, I have not used the oval. I've been using this one here, which is kind of like, I don't know, a diamond or pear-shaped. And then I've also been using this same kind of style, which actually has a little protecting layer on here. I think it's that, just whatever, that it's not stealth strips, but it's kind of like that bow wrap that you can buy that's kind of sticky. And I've been using this black diamond carabiner on here. Now, there is a ton of wear, and we'll get to that at the end of the video. Now, looking at the actual Bridge Buddy, it's a simple product. It works pretty well. You put it on, you're able to kind of slide through your bridge. Seems to work flawlessly in that regard. There is a little bit of noise. Now, they claim that it doesn't make noise, but there's bearings in here. I don't know if you can hear that. There's got to be a little bit of play so the bearings can, spin. It does make a little bit of noise, and you can hear it when you're moving. Now, whether or not a deer is going to be able to hear that on the ground on a perfectly still day, I think an adult doe or a mature buck is probably going to be able to hear that. But it does work really well. It does give you, I don't know the exact dimension. I want to say this is probably 4.5 inches maybe of extra width. So it's going to help spread it out. It's up here, so it's kind of out of the way versus like that Genesis 3D hit pinch eliminator that's more down here. So it is kind of out of the way. The one thing that I didn't really necessarily care for is when this is hanging on your bridge, if I get it in the right hole, when this is hanging on your bridge, now you've created a lot more surface area to potentially whack your bow against. So if you're going across with your bow, there is more metal here that you could potentially hit. Now, you could stealth strip it. I'm sure maybe they'll make a stealth strip kit that you can put on here. So there are things that you can do to mitigate it. Obviously, if you're going over with your bow, to be really careful. But it seemed to function pretty well. Like I said, it's going to give you a little bit more spreading out of those bridge loops, so it's going to take that pinch off of you. Now, what I did notice is if you run a short bridge, it doesn't have as much effect because there's just not as much bridge there to spread out. If you do run a longer bridge, it seems to definitely work better. I did compare it to the Genesis 3D hit pinch eliminator, and as you can see in the footage, even with this attached, you're going to gain a bunch more room with the Genesis 3D hip pinch eliminator. His is like $40. So if you have a lot of hip pinch in your saddle, I really think you should look at the root cause of that. Is it your bridge length? Is it too short, too long? Or is it your saddle? Is your saddle not sized appropriately? But I will say that the Genesis 3D version of this offers a lot more hip pinch reduction than this one does. So yeah, it is a cool gadget. What I will say is I'm very disappointed to see the amount of wear that's on this thing already. I'm using the appropriate carabiner. I am 260 pounds, just for reference. So if you're 140, 150, 180 pound guy, you're never going to put the force on here that I'm putting on it. But there's no weight limit online, so I figured I'd give it a try. And there's quite a bit of wear on here, and if you really think about it, you have metal on metal. These are aluminum. Obviously, one of these metals is softer. I'm guessing it's this one because this is what's wearing. This has a little bit of like the paint taken off, but there's not really any wear on the Carabiner. So this is obviously a harder, stronger grade aluminum than this is. So it is putting some wear in there. And I'll be honest with you, I probably have like 20 minutes in this thing. You know, I tried to try different saddles, as you can see in the footage. I wanted to see how different dimensions of bridge loops would function through here. So I used several different varying styles, Restec, Amsteel, the Trophyline Fanatic uses like a Sterling bridge. I believe it's a bigger diameter. Maybe it's like a 9 or a 10 millimeter. And definitely what I saw is thinner diameter bridges flowed through the Bridge Buddy easier, but I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in it, to be honest. It's a really cool product. I think they have a great start here, but I think they need to do something here. They need to put some bushings in here or something to prevent this, because if I only have 20 minutes in this, yes, I'm a heavier guy, but what's it going to look like at the end of the season? I'm half tempted just to run it a bunch in deer season just to see if this thing would actually wear through, because I think over time, it potentially could. So now I'll be very clear. I don't think that this is unsafe or that it's just going to break or something silly. And the nice thing about it is your Carabiner is put through here, and then your Amsteel goes over the top. So it's not like you're never going to, if this thing failed, you're not just going to fall out of the tree. But it just perturbs me a little bit that this is wearing as much as it is. So either they're not testing it how I would test it. I would test it with multiple Carabiners. I would test it with multiple weight guys. You know, you got to thoroughly test these things before you release them out to consumers. Unless I just have a bad batch, which I don't think is the case, I probably wouldn't recommend this thing until they make some updates. You know, it's nothing against these guys. I don't even know who makes this. I think it's a really, really cool idea and a really cool start. But I think that you have to address that issue. I mean, if you have that sort of wear already, what's it going to look like at the end of the season? And if I'm getting it in 20 minutes, why did you not notice this when you were developing it? Maybe you could add some sort of bushing in here. Maybe some, you know, Darylin is like the big product that everybody boasts about in the mobile hunting community. Maybe you could get some sort of Darylin washers or something to put in here. But there has to be something that takes the metal off the metal. You can't have metal on metal contact. Anywhere in any industry, if you have metal on metal contact, there's usually a lubricant, there's a bearing, there's a bushing, there's something in there to prevent the wear. And it didn't take long before I was using this to kind of start seeing some little metal flakes start popping up on this black Carabiner. It stood out really quickly, and I was like, all right, here we go. So I'm gonna attempt to contact this company. I always like to make these reviews and give my honest opinions, and then I'll go back to the company. I don't know what they're gonna want to do with it. They might be upset because I made this review, but that's what I do on this channel. I make honest reviews, I give honest feedback, and my hope is to help them improve this product, because I do think saddle hunters, we have a lot of gadgets, so some of these gadgets are really cool. I know somebody will ask me, you know, what would I say, buy this or buy the Genesis 3D version, because I haven't had any failures and it seems to hold up better. I would say to spend $40 on that. It's a cheaper product as far as affordability goes, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. I don't recommend this product, and it is what it is. So hopefully this video is helpful for you. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you disagree, if you think I'm an idiot, if you think my song sucked, comment down below and let me know. I'm very interested in feedback. I like to grow as a YouTuber. I like constructive criticism. Or if you think I'm a flat out idiot, tell me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace.